Hello there, Aquarius. This is your reading for the week of March 14th through the 20th. This is for Aquarius Sun, but also Moon and Rising if you don't resonate with your Sun sign, because you don't always. We're going to look at your energy, your person's energy, your strengths and challenges this week, and also we're going to close it off with an oracle card and a song card for you. So let's see what you get. If you want a personal reading, I do astrology, compatibility, and tarot. That's all on my website. It's in the description box below. So you have Temperance, the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Moon, and the Three of Swords. Ooh, that is tricky. We've got Sag energy and Pisces energy in there, just so you know. All right. You've been dealing with something for a long time that involves your healing, because the Temperance card is here, and it's a timing card. It's a card about things that do take time, and it's you trying to regain some kind of autonomy, you know, regain some of your independence, and you may even feel kind of isolated or alone. You may feel like it's hard for you to connect to people right now, and this is giving you this feeling of being very trapped inside of your own head. You're dealing with a lot of those things that are circulating around and around and around. We have the Moon card next to it, so we're talking about deception, possibly self-deception. We're talking about things that you don't easily grapple with, fears, emotions, things that are just coming up, and they are really spinning inside of your head in a way that is difficult, very difficult. The Three of Swords, it could be dealing with a previous breakup or heartache in some way that you're still trying to find healing from, because in this moment, you feel a little bit conflicted about the way that things went. So let's go ahead and clarify that energy and see what we have. Shuffle in here. Okay. Got Capricorn energy with the Devil card, the Six of Swords, the Page of Coins, Libra energy with Balance, and Taurus energy with the Hierophant. You have a lot of major arcana going on here, which means this is big themes in your life. This is probably a kind of energy, not the exact same circumstance, but the type of situation that may be triggering you from something you've dealt with in the past, or something cyclical. You're like, why do I always? Okay, or why does this always? That's kind of the phrasing that I'm hearing. And the Temptation card, I think that you still feel kind of bound to something in your past. You have not completely cut the cord there, and it's restraining you. You know, it feels like a bondage, like you're trying to break free of it. I actually do think in this reading it's showing me that you are going to do that. You're going to get to the point, and soon you're approaching this point, that you have struggled long enough that you just want peace. Okay, you're like, whatever it takes, I'm gonna get the healing that I need. I have to move away from this, because we have the Devil card, and it's something unhealthy that you're trying to find healing from. And then the Six of Swords, I'm gonna let that go, because I know I can't keep on this way. And the other thing is, I think you need to learn that this is not about it's not whatever happened is not personal. Okay, it's not your problem anymore. And that's a pivotal part of this, is realizing that you did everything you could do, and that helps you restore your internal balance. So I have Balance. Okay, so it's the Justice card. It's called Balance in this deck. And this is about you finding your own truth through the darkness, because the moon is here, and it is a dark moment. That is a dark moment. When we pull the Moon card, it's often when we can't see things clearly, or we feel like we've been deceived, or we maybe even deceived ourselves. And you find truth, you find clarity. And because you find that clarity, you renew your commitment to your healing. You renew your commitment to yourself, and you find that what you have still in your life, the obligations and the promises, the commitments, the people, the way you do your life, has so much value that that's what assists you. That's what helps you come through it. So let's go ahead and pull cards for your person. Let's see who's coming through. Sometimes it's a current partner. Sometimes it's an ex. Sometimes it's a crush. We'll see. You'll know when I pull it. Okay, we have the Four of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Two of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. The Four of Cups next to the Four of Swords. I think here your person is not doing anything. They're just sitting there, kind of maybe even feeling sorry for themselves, not making any action because they don't know what to do. That's the Two of Swords. They're conflicted. They're in a stalemate position. And I think that you may have even tried to offer this individual help and assistance, and they seemed apathetic to it because they're like, I just want to be alone right now. I just need to deal with this shit all by myself. I can't right now. I can't deal with it. So I feel like they are extremely stuck. They're very stuck with what to do. It looks like there's something they've waited for a long time. And it has to do with, because the Queen of Pentacles is here, it has to do with the things that they've nurtured, the things that they've put energy into, the physical things, okay? So this can be people, this can be their work or their home or whatever. I think they've waited and waited and they're still waiting. They're still waiting for something to pay off here. So let's go ahead and look at what's clarifying that. They're walking away from something here. But you know what? At the end of the day, they're going to find some happiness. And you know what? I think because you have the Hierophant at the end, which is often about marriage or commitment, being committed to somebody, it's often, I see it as long-term relationships. And I see the Queen of Pentacles, which is this like domestic kind of energy, as well as the Ten of Cups. All of these paint a picture of like the happily ever after, it all working out, it all being okay, emotional fulfillment, joy, okay? So a lot of happiness at the end of their reading. And I think that eventually they work through what's going on, because right now they're conflicted and they're dealing with those decisions. It seems like they're not seeing eye to eye with either you or somebody about the direction things need to go. I'm seeing the Six of Wands clarifying the Four of Cups. This person may be feeling like they're not getting the attention that they want or the acknowledgement that they want. I think they want some praise or recognition, and it may be valid. It may be something that they should be praised for. I don't know. That's for you to decide. But they want that. The Four of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Cups. In this resting moment, I think they're deciding whether or not they should walk away from maybe you, maybe a situation, maybe a feeling. I don't know. They're trying to decide, do I leave this behind? What they come to, though, in the Judgment card, is that it's not worth letting, there's a lot to it still. It's not worth letting go. They examine it very closely and they realize that all is not lost. They don't have to go do this by themselves because they have been pushing everybody out. They've been pushing you out. And when they finally see that they cannot continue in the way that they have been doing it, then things start to change. There's still a lot of anxiety in here for them, with the Nine of Swords clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. So waiting and feeling frustrated in the waiting. You know that feeling when you're like, if I only knew the answer, Even if it's bad, I would be able to accept it, but I don't know the answer. I don't know how it's all going to work out. That's where they are, or what energy they're coming into. But finally, they accept things and they begin to embrace joy. The Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, okay? They start to see what they really want. And I think they want connection. They want harmony. They want everything in the home, in their domestic life, okay? In their relationships, their most important relationships. They realize that they just want that to be calm and good. And that's what's really most important to them. But it is a process for them getting there. So you may see withdrawing. You may see them isolating themselves. It may look a lot like depression. They may even be depressed. So it's a process that they're going to be going through. You're going through your own process too, though. So it's going to be hard for the two of you to really be there for each other when you're both so stuck in your head and dealing with a lot in your own mental landscape. Okay, let's go ahead and see what your strengths and challenges this week are. Okay. For your strengths, you are always willing to take a risk and have a conversation. And when you do that, when you don't pull back, when you are willing to say what's on your mind, then you are always going to come to a better place than if you just dealt with it on your own. Because it's the people who are like, I'm pissed off, I'm not going to talk about it, or I don't want to hurt their feelings, so I'm not going to say anything. You're not doing that. I see you being willing to take the risk to have the conversations that are difficult, that need to be had. And when you do that, what's going so right for you is you have the Sun card. So this is a feeling of being warmed from the inside out. It is a card about harmony and success and being able to feel like you did the right thing and you're feeling good in that. So there's something that's very positive that's coming out of difficult conversations that feel risky to you to endeavor into. But when you do it, you get a very good result. So if there's any conversation that you've been holding back and you're like, I don't know if I should do it, okay? Because it's a very good result for you with the Sun card. Now for your challenges, I have the King of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Wands. You or somebody else is questioning their commitment and feeling like maybe I should just take off down the road. I don't know if I should or shouldn't, but the commitment, okay, the obligation that either you or somebody have becomes an issue, becomes a challenge. And it looks like it's like 60-40, your person, you, because both of you have a lot of difficult energy this week. But I do feel like this person who's challenged by this, who's actually trying to make the decision, is going to make a logical one, okay? Because they are trying to put their brain into it and really weigh the options. They do have that Knight of Wands energy, though. The Knight of Wands is like very impulsive. So you're going to deal with some impulsive behavior. Now when it comes to commitments. Okay, let's go ahead and pull your Oracle card and your Song card. Oracle card, let's see. Moonology deck, we're going to see what we get. It could be a prediction. It could be an encouragement. It could be an answer. Let's see. What do we have? Okay, don't let pride get in your way. The full moon in Leo. Okay, don't let, pride is not being boastful all the time, okay? It's when we are afraid to be seen as something weak, okay? So don't be afraid to come across as vulnerable. Don't be afraid to ask for help, okay? Don't be afraid to have those difficult conversations. If you feel your ego coming up and saying don't, That's what this is talking about, not letting that take control. And then your song card, this is where I pull a card for you and I feel like there's an answer or something that resonates or something that you need to hear in here. So I like to hear stories. So if you've got a song card story for me, please, please, please tell me, because I love those. They are personal songs to me. So I love to hear how other people relate to them and how they resonate with them. It's okay. Oh, Hello by Adele. That's your song, Hello by Adele. Man, that song, does that make anybody else cry? Sometimes it makes me cry. All right, if you enjoyed this reading, I would appreciate it if you would show the channel some love by giving me a thumbs up, subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you again next week.